Okay, guys, I've been trying to figure out how to start this video because we're going to be talking about iPhones and you know what? Let me, all my stuttering and stammering aside, we're going to be talking about Apple's iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, as you guys know, I have been rocking an S22 Ultra for a while, and I've been using a D-brand case. If you guys are curious, this is what it looks like. Little camel robots there, and some tactile buttons on the side. Let me see if I can get a good camera angle of that. The lighting's a little off. I mean, you can hear those clicks. But yeah, anyways, I've been using the S22 Ultra now since its release date, and I really like it a lot. It's fun. It's a great phone. I'm more of an Android user, but I've had iPhones in the past. And as you guys know on this channel, we do talk about phones from time to time. Last time I did a phone review was the Pixel 6 unboxing experience. Wasn't even a review, but the Pixel 6 Pro was a great phone. Just the battery life was something that kind of irks me. And that's another thing. This phone, like the S22 Ultra right here on the screen, I love it, but it's not as efficient for me, I guess I could say. For other people it might be, but like we'll take a look and do a comparison side by side like I have it up here in a little moment. But we're going to start with both phones, their advertisements, what they offer, and then you guys can kind of decide what's better for you. If you want the latest and greatest of all the tech that comes out, remember, we're in Tech-tember now, okay? We've got, this is iPhone season. September's always been iPhone season. So let's kick it off, all right? So iPhone 14 Pro, they've got this nice deep purple color, which I really like. I'm not gonna lie, that's like a really, really awesome color. It has, let's start from what their advertisement is. A magical new way to interact with iPhone. Groundbreaking safety features designed to save lives. So apparently, without this, you're gonna die. I'm kidding. You're not gonna die without the phone. But that's like right in your face, they're just telling you this will save lives, okay? An innovative 48 megapixel camera for mind-blowing detail, all powered by the ultimate smartphone chip. We've had way past 48 megapixels in Android, just saying. But let's keep going. Okay, I like the little purple color and transition. So iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max start availability in like 2 days from this time of recording, so they come out on the 16th. They can be from $41.62 a month for a 2-year contract, it looks like, or $9.99 before trade-in if you start with just the standard Pro. They have deep purple. Ooh. They have gold. I like. Silver. Pretty good. Space black. Ooh, space black is kind of like, damn. I like that color. So it has a ceramic shield, which is tougher than any other smartphone glass. Water resistant surgical grade stainless steel, either 6.1 for the standard Pro or 6.7 for the Pro Max. 4 different colors. Okay. Sorry about that. Meet the new face of iPhone. Okay, so they're calling the notch the dynamic island. I know every other reviewer has been posting unboxings now and been talking about the dynamic island. I think that was creative, but kind of funny because like way back when we started getting hole punches in Android phones, people were making wallpapers to kind of like make fun of it and hide it. Now Apple's embracing it. They're taking their greatest I guess critique, and they're just saying straight up front, like, no, we're going to make it our strength now. So it's in your face, the dynamic island, but you know what? It's pretty cool. You can swap between things. So always on display, start at the ready. Okay, so now they finally have always on display. As you can tell, screen will dim automatically in the background for you. And that way you could actually like still keep your phone on you, keep it going. Androids have had it for a while. I like the feature. I don't use it as often because battery life is a factor for me. So I'm constantly on my phone. I'm always editing. I'm always recording something, particularly Dokkan Battle with you guys. You guys are on the channel, you know I'm always about Dokkan. So now it's going to be an all-day battery life even with these new things. Okay, they claim all day. I got to test it myself. The only way I'm going to know if that's true is by getting a hold of one somehow. Some way, some shape, some form. You guys know I'm going to end up having someone in my family, a friend, anybody, or maybe I even trade in and get one. I'll have a way to figure out this all day thing and see if it's true. Because most of the time when you have a battery going on so much, you're going to be running into draining like too quickly, you know? God, I love my coffee. So your photo, your font, your widgets, your iPhone. So now you could really customize everything on your lock screen. That's pretty cool. put a buff cat on there. If any of y'all put me as a lock screen with that dumb mustache I had, I'll probably put a picture up just to remind you guys I did have a dumb mustache at one point, and it's been used in multiple memes. You guys can enjoy the laughter. It doesn't bug me. Oh, let's see. So we can make and change everything we want now on a lock screen. Whippy. Androids have done that. Now, a display that's up to 2 times brighter in the sun. Okay, now that is nice. It's like 2,000 nits from what I understand, which is insane. Like you will blind yourself. Vital new safety features that they hope we'll never use. So we have SOS via satellite, so it will actually show you where to point, which will be pretty cool. Peace of mind when you're off the grid. Yeah. If you don't have cell phone service or Wi-Fi, it'll let you figure it out. So it'll guide you to the nearest satellite to point at to send a signal. Crash detection calls for help when you can't. That is so vital and important because I was in a car crash not too long ago with my my wifey, Lady J100. If you guys don't follow her page, follow. We were in a car crash and we were both pretty banged up for a hot minute. Thank God everybody was okay and walked away safely, but crash detection is something that I think is great that they added. I think that, hopefully nobody has to use it, but in the case it does happen, because accidents do happen, I like that feature. That at least it lets you know, and it lets them, and it calls 911 emergency services. It's perfect. Pro camera system gets massively more pro. So we have a 48 megapixel main camera with an advanced quad pixel sensor. Okay, so I like that purple again that they're advertising. I think it's really like freaking awesome. So up to 4 times the resolution for jaw-dropping cropping. So we can go, I guess, okay, this is where it's showing. I thought we could move that, but won't let us. So it goes this little spot and it enhances everything. Let's see, 65% larger sensor than the 13 Pro. Cool. Picture over versatility. Okay, these are really well done. Like, oh my God. So more detail and less light. Okay, so we have a way better low light photos. That's gonna be great when I go out and I'm out with friends and family and taking pictures. If you guys see me looking up all the time like this, it's because like my monitor, I have the main thing up next to it, so it's kind of like a back and forth, but that's fine. Like 2 monitors, I have one on top of the other. 24 breathtaking frames per second. Okay, that's nice. We get better stability. That's what I'm really close to. That we can go to 30 frames. I love that. Shaky action shot. Fix it in pre. This is more particularly something I want to be able to try out myself, because look at him as he's running. You see the background and everything as he's going through the hurdles. And the reason being is because like I have family members that are athletes that are actively competing, and I'm always shaking the camera. I love that stability to make a better recording. All right. So only smartphone in the world lets you shoot, view, edit, and share in ProRes or Dolby Vision HDR. That's cool. All right, so now here's the breakdown of it. We have main 48 megapixel camera for up to 4 times the resolution. So it's an actual main camera's 48. The telephotos up to 2 times better low light, 7mm versus the main 24mm, up to 48mm. And we have an ultra wide of 13mm. That's pretty cool. And look at that field of view, 120 field of view for the ultra wide. We have 3 times the optical zoom in telephoto. We have a quad pixel sensor in the main camera. These are pretty good improvements. Like Apple has a tendency to have the best cameras and the best video recording like options. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Android has more megapixels. Yes, Android has like space zoom. Yes, even Pixel phones can do like the pictures of the sky at night. But all those things, I find when I personally am using a camera off of a phone, most of the time we point and shoot. We don't sit there and go through it. I find Apple does it better. I hate to say it, but I'll admit it. They do it better. But that doesn't mean that Android phones suck. And that does not mean that Androids do not have great photography, because majority of the time I have taken pictures and used them all on the channel. Now, a camera in a class by itself. Oh, selfie. Snap your sharpest, that was creative. I actually like that. Snap your sharpest, most colorful close-ups and group shots thanks to a new true depth front camera with autofocus and a larger aperture. All right. It's nice. See, I'm not going to see how that works. Now they're working with the A16 Bionic chip. That is going to be sick. I mean, they literally have been pushing it. I want to see how that works. A battery that's all day. Okay. All right, here's this battery crap again. Let's break this down. Up to 29 hours with video playback on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay, so you're going to tell me I can watch movies for like 29 hours. Okay. Up to 23 hours of video playback on the iPhone 14 Pro. Oof. Now, the Pro version, I like the Pro because it's lighter and I prefer a smaller phone, but I go with the Pro Max every time for the sake of having like a bigger battery. Because when I'm out and about with family, whether it's my girl or whether it's like I'm there with my friends, like I have a tendency to be that one guy who doesn't charge his phone. I never charge my phone. I promise you guys, on an all-day situation, my brother probably sees my phone on the charger more times than ever, and I hear about it where he's like, just get it once, purchase one phone, purchase one item, get it right the first time, guys, because if you go a cheaper route, you're gonna regret it and pay for more in the long run. I promise you, it's unfortunate, but it's true. I would say the Pro Max is for the enthusiast that wants the best, latest, and greatest, but that battery life is the main reason why I would go for it. So 29 hours. Okay, and it has MagSafe charger. Okay, that's not bad. So long SIM tray. This is the controversial thing about it. So they removed the SIM tray to put an eSIM, so things are simple, they claim. I'm not a real big fan of it because I switch phones all the time for the channel review, so I'm always popping out a SIM card to switch to any 14 series, and moving forward, it seems like they will be doing eSIMs. That is scary. That is a thought where I'm thinking, oh my God, I can no longer just pop my SIM out and put it on another phone. Now I have to go through extra steps that I don't know what they are yet. Maybe they're easy, like they say. Maybe they're not. I mean, I'm changing. I would be changing from an Android to an iPhone. That would freak me out if I can't transfer half of my stuff. I need all my data. So we'll see. I mean, you can store multiple eSIMs, it says, but I don't know. Let's see. Multiple phone numbers and data on plans on one phone. I don't have multiple numbers on one phone. Just got one. Traveling's a breeze. So before you go, activate the eSIM for the country you're visiting. Okay. Maybe that'll make it easier. Maybe. So see both iPhone 14 Pro models in AR. We can do that. And okay, that's it for their advertisement page. This is literally Apple's main selling point. Going through all this with you guys. It's Pro Beyond. And that's their deep purple. Now let's go to the S22 Ultra, baby. Okay, this is theirs. Break the rules with our fastest processor ever. Nightography camera, way beyond all-day battery, and the first Galaxy S with a built-in S Pen. That is very true. It is the first Galaxy S phone with an S Pen. It's basically a Note. It's a Note in disguise with a mustache. A noteworthy new look. Okay, it's slim, it's gorgeous, it's more geared towards enthusiasts of the latest and greatest like me. I always like that from Android, so it is smooth, but I hate the rounded edges, guys. It makes putting a screen protector bad. It's like really hard. The first Galaxy S with a built-in S Pen. Yes, and actually I use that pen a lot. I am that guy that will sit there in the middle of a meeting and I will take little notes. I will take that and I will scribble. As a matter of fact, let me put a let's go with a smiley face. See, you guys get a smiley face. You guys are awesome. I'm looking up at the second screen, but yes, you guys are awesome. So, as you can see, I actually do use it for silly notes like that and things. But you know, it is what it is. Strike a new tone. So we can set the trend with burgundy or green by stylish and subtle with phantom white or phantom black. I went with phantom black. That's what I went with. I like it. It's subtle. It just says cool to me. Burgundy. I like the color, never went with it. And green, I just wasn't a fan. My sister went with white. And then they have online exclusive colors. That's great. Samsung's not bad. It's actually a really great company. I like a lot of their stuff. Now, shoot stunning pics after sundown with nightography. That is very true. Their nightography is phenomenal, guys. I take a lot of night pictures with it. Our most advanced camera system yet. Yeah, they get dirty, though. Those rings, like, I get so much dust under them. We have a 40 megapixel selfie camera. Ooh, the 40 number again makes its return. Now, here's what the back setup is. We have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 108 megapixel wide angle camera, 10 megapixel 3-time optical zoom with telephoto camera number 2 as well. And we have 10 megapixel 10-time optical zoom with the first camera. This is a beast of a phone. I use it a lot, but if you're always editing on your phone and always using it, you're gonna find you drain the battery real quick. But you know, it's the same with any phone. You use the phone a lot, you're eventually gonna run out of juice. Our brightest breakthrough yet. Okay, let's see what else they have for here. That is true. That is all off the recording of the back of the phone. Oh, that's it? That's all the video is going to be. Well, they're not lying. That's really what it is. You do get stunning photos like that. That is very true. You can edit a lot of it. Portrait mode is really great. I like it. Good light is now any light with nightography. That's true. All these sample photos they use with everybody taking a picture. That's facts. They do look that good. Yeah, that whole ready, steady action, that is a true thing. That is true. See how she's moving just like in iPhone's stability? Supposedly iPhone is a lot more stable, but we'll see. Pro studio editing, they're not lying. You could really, really, really edit a lot with your Galaxy phone. You can go into the settings, take your S Pen, and just swipe away and put everything in order the way you want it. Now, what else do they have? Let's see. High-end resolution pixels for photography. It's pretty good. 100 times zoom, the epic zoom standard. That's very true. You can literally zoom in that much for that much detail. I have done it. More is to go pro. We have auto framing, director's view, fire up all the cameras and record from multiple angles at once. That's true. Just hit record and get multiple options and formats to choose from. Object eraser, easily remove unwanted images. That's true. You can erase pictures. I haven't seen that on iPhone though. I haven't seen them delete any photos. Selfies are upgraded for a lot more stunning pictures. True. Galaxy's fastest processor ever. It is fast. It is fast. I have the highest end 12 gigs of RAM with it. Your favorite content, our brightest screen. It is an incredibly bright screen, and this is my favorite Android I've had in years. Okay, go all day and supercharge your night. Work, play, and do your thing from one day and the next with a massive 5,000 milliamp battery. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I kill this battery in a day. Like, I charge my phone like 3 times a day because I'm constantly editing, recording, answering phone calls at work. I'm always, and I mean it, guys, charging my phone on a constant basis. It's not that the phone's battery sucks. It's just that I'm a heavy user on my phone, so the battery just drains. If you're a normal individual who, let's say, and I say normal by definition as in like you're just an average user with technology and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to grab my phone, I'm going to use it, I'm just going to text my friends, put it down, not touch it for a few hours, it'll last all day, more than all day. It is great. But for myself, I find myself constantly changing things up, always charging it. So fast charging is the greatest part. It takes me like 30 minutes and I've got way past 50% of my battery there. But if you are, again, constantly on your phone, that battery will tank. And I always have it on the highest setting. So I have everything maxed out. 120 hertz refresh, freaking, I have it on its highest like HD screen. So you do all that, it's gonna drain your battery. If I drop it down to 60 hertz standard, and then I drop it down to like a 1080p screen, yeah, it'll last way longer than I actually use it for, but I don't want that. If I pay premium price, I want premium time. That's just being realistic here. Wireless power share has come in clutch. I have charged my headphones using this. It is so freaking awesome. Now, it's one tough Galaxy. That's true. I've dropped it a bunch of times, but I've also wrecked the screen protector. So it's pretty tough, but it can get messed up. I have dropped it in water, though. I've dropped it like in a sink. It had water pouring on it. Dropped it in a pool. This thing has survived a lot. It's actually done great. Got a pen on you? Yes, of course. I love using the S Pen. That's true. All this that they're showing, you can do with it. Let's see. Easy to hop from Galaxy to Galaxy. That's true. Actually, I have the tablet, so I switch between them. Don't just stream it, share it. Very true. You could also do that too. You don't realize how much you like using your phone for multi-productive work like Microsoft Office and etc. I use it to do Excel work. Sometimes I'll pull up my Excel and look at my budget, re-edit my numbers, but that pen comes in clutch. And the fact is, it's a great phone. It's the best out there for Android right now until their next reveal. And what else is going on? Yeah, that's all they have here. Amazing alone, unstoppable together. Yeah, you know what? Samsung Dex, you get addicted to Samsung Dex after a while, guys. Like, I use it a lot. I use my Samsung Watch too. I'm hooked up to the Galaxy like universe, you can say. No pun intended. But here's where my gripe is. For myself, I'm constantly running out of battery. Doesn't meet my battery requirements when I have everything maxed out. And for that price point where it's at, I want more. I would expect more. Is it a bad phone? No. Is it for everybody? No. But would I recommend it? Absolutely. If you want the latest and greatest Android experience, you use an S Pen, and you want to take pictures, edit, be on the go, on the fly, that's your phone. That phone right there, perfect. Now, if you want to go and look at Apple, the latest and greatest, the 14 Pro Max, you know? Now, let's go ahead and compare the two based off of the technical specs. Operating system, iOS 16 on the iPhone 14 Pro. The release date is supposed to be on the 16th of September. I forget, when did the S22 come out? S22 Ultra release date. Let's see what it shows. It came out February 25th. So it has been since February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's been 7 months. I've had it since release month. 7 months with the phone, and the only gripe I have is that the apps crash a lot, and that there's a lot of times I wish I had a better battery. But it's not a bad phone. So, back to the comparison. iOS 16 versus One UI 4.1, still on Android 12. 13's out on Pixel, and 13's really great. I gotta actually go back and review that with you guys. It does weigh a little bit more on the Samsung S22 Ultra than it does the iPhone 14 by... Actually, wait, no. Dimension-wise, it's bigger. Sorry. Weight-wise, the iPhone 14 Pro is 240 grams versus the Samsung S22 Ultra at 229. The display, you get just a 0.8, so 6.8 inches edge Quad HD Dynamic AMOLED, which looks beautiful. And then you go to iPhone, which is 6.7 Super Retina XDR OLED. Let's be realistic here. That 0.1 of a difference, no one's going to notice. But you got the enthusiasts who are going to say, it's bigger, it's better. And you're like, no, it's just a dumb shit people do. Display, we got a 1440p versus a 2532 by 1170 pixel resolution. So you do have more. In my opinion, I find that the S22 Ultra has better display in pixel resolution than the Pro Max, but they're both sharp screens. They're both sharp. I haven't seen the 14 Pro Max, but a lot of people that I know that have been reviewing it have already told me that the screen's better on the iPhone. But then again, I haven't seen it yet. So as far as I go, I would say Samsung's the best right now. But in 2 days, that may change on the release of the 14. ProMotion 120 hertz refresh. Guess what? We have it. We have adaptive refresh as well on both phones. That's missing on here. They have True Tone. We have 1750 nits peak brightness. That is the highest that any Android has, but iPhone tops at 2000. Right here. We have HDR 10 Plus. Both phones are great. Ceramic Shield versus Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. A16 Bionic chip versus the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Generation 1 Exynos chip as well if you're over in Europe. Now we have 6 gigs of RAM on the iPhone. I have the 12 gigs on my current Android. It's S22 Ultra. Internal space. I am rocking 256 gigs because I thought 1 terabyte was overkill. Neither one has expandable storage. You have 48 megapixel versus 108 megapixel. Yeah, more megapixels doesn't mean it's gonna be better. It depends on everything that goes in with the system. So am I saying it's bad? No, I'm saying that I love the hell out of my S22's pictures. So this 48 megapixels, I'd have to test and see for myself to see how it looks. We have ultra wide on both, telephoto on both. We have more cameras on the S22 Ultra, but doesn't matter. Front camera, 12 megapixel. 40 megapixel. Battery, 5000 milliamp. Nothing revealed yet. Here's the difference. 23 wired charging versus my 45 wired charging. You get faster charging on the Samsung. Now 15 wireless MagSafe, 15 wireless charging on the regular. Yeah, that's standard. 10 wireless key or Qi wireless charging. Reverse wireless charging. Reverse wireless charging, do you use it? Maybe. I don't use it often, but when I do, it comes in clutch from headphones. We have Face ID, PIN, password, and patterns. For S22, we have the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, PIN, pattern, and password. Problem, ultrasonic, I'm always finding with the screen protector, I press my thumb and it does not always open. So I do have issues with that. I would prefer a better form of Face ID. Connectivity, they both have 5G. Lightning port, again, with Apple. Yeah, USB-C, like the standard that everybody's on with S22 Ultra. We have water resistance IP68. That is great. We have different colors between space black, silver, gold, and deep purple for the iPhone 14 Pro series. We have Phantom Black, Phantom White, Green, Pink, Gold, and more that are online exclusive to Samsung. Price point, $1,099 for the Pro starting at the iPhone 14, and then $1,049 if you're going with Samsung. So that's the main differences, guys. What I would recommend is that everybody decide what they find better for them, whatever is best for them. I personally know that the iPhone 14 Pro Max is going to be a little bit different from the iPhone 13 Pro Max itself. The 13 Pro of last year was good. It wasn't bad. But it comes down to what you guys feel. I am the only family member next to my sister who is on Galaxy series. We like having Androids. Everyone else in my friend circle has iPhone, so I'm that green bubble. There's always going to be that debate, green versus blue bubble. It doesn't matter, guys. Just choose what you want. Whatever you want, okay? Don't let a stigma get to you. Now, I'm an enthusiast for all tech and phone changes, and I'm always going to vouch for the fact that the iPhone series, anything from Apple, is a great product. I've never really had any problems except for screen burn-in on the original 10 when it came out. But as far as it goes with Galaxy and Android, I've just been having a slight decline in battery usage because of heavy usage throughout the day for me, and I've seen apps crash on a constant basis. My 7-month update to this phone, great phone. I haven't had any complaints other than the battery tanking after some time of heavy usage. Now it feels like it just goes through quickly, which is unfortunate, and apps that crash on the daily, and a constant tapping sound like this from the phone. This is the phone tapping, and it sounds like that every time I call family and friends that are not on Android. Tell me, I hear a tapping. What's with the tapping? This is weird. If you guys have had any issues with your phone, comment it below. Let me know. If you guys have an Android and you're having Android issues, write it. I want to know what phone you're using. I want to know if you're having good stuff or bad experiences. Some of you may not even have these experience problems. My sister has no problem with her freaking Galaxy S22 Ultra. As a matter of fact, she has told me it's her favorite phone. She herself has been like, no, I do everything on this phone. I edit off of this phone. This takes my photos. This takes my videos. This does my work, my schoolwork, my appointments. She's got everything set up. Not one problem. But maybe I just got kind of stuck with a dud. I don't know. But I just have issues that are minor that can easily be overlooked. The overall experience is fantastic on the S22 Ultra. But the iPhone 14 Pro is coming out in 2 days. I thought I'd do a little talk, a little catch-up, a little bit of a update for everybody who has asked me, where's that update? What is going on? What are you going to do? I would tell you right now, the S22 Ultra is the best that there is, baby. Best out there, best I enjoy, most multitasking. I actually use the multitasking split screen. They don't do that. There's none of that on an iPhone. But to each their own, With that being said, guys, I'm going to end the video on that. Basically, which one do I pick? Depends on your community, If everyone in your household is glued to the side of Apple, stick to the iPhone 14 Pro. Nothing wrong with it. Great screen, phenomenal battery life. You have that little change, the dynamic island. You got some creative stuff here on this side. It's not a bad phone. And if you're like me and you're an enthusiast and you switch phones all the time and you don't want to worry about that eSIM crap, then stick to your Android, stick to your S22 Ultra, Pop out the SIM card when you're going traveling and you're fine. But other than that, guys, that's just my comparison, my thoughts, my impressions, and what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with my S22 Ultra. If anytime it comes that I can get a hold of an iPhone 14 Pro to review, for sure, I'll give you guys an update. Till then, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are too. I want to share this with you guys. You're my community. You guys are like the best I've ever had in my life for being able to give this content and get feedback. Honestly. I could go to work and tell all my coworkers till my face turns blue, oh, it's so cool, this stuff. And they will respond. But the community, having all of you guys to share with, it's something different. It's bigger. It's something I'm thankful for. Thank you. Thank you. If you sat through this whole this movie, basically, this whole rant of mine, thank you guys. Seriously. I appreciate y'all. And to my coworkers that do watch my channel support, you guys are amazing. Nothing but love for you guys. But I'm sorry I've been ranting and blowing your ears off at work, talking nonstop about freaking phones and tech. But again, y'all have a great day. I wish you nothing but the best. Go out there and choose a phone that's best for you. All right. If you want to see more updates, comment below and I'll give more updates on the phones. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next review. Bye.